How much of your week is just managing tasks that feels like they need a human but actually don't? Think about it. If you're a solo founder or content creator, you are easily burning 10 plus hours every single week on deep research, mapping out detailed outlines, administrative scheduling, and drafting endless back and forth emails. This is low leverage work that aggressively eats into your actual billable creative time. Now, most people hire a virtual assistant to try and fix this chaos. But honestly, I did something completely different. I built a single cloud workflow instead. And to be blunt, it handles more work than any human assistants I've ever paid. By the end of this video, you are going to walk away with the exact workflow architecture, the core skill file structure, and the precise prompt sequence so you can run this setup yourself. First, because if you don't have a system like this in place, you're stuck in a losing loop. You're either paying cold hard cash for help you don't actually need, or you're wasting your own high value time doing low leverage work. So, why a human assistant creates a hidden bottleneck? First, let's talk about the uncomfortable truth regarding hiring help. The real cost of a human assistant isn't just about their hourly rate, it is the exhausting back and forth, the endless weeks of onboarding, and what I like to call the let me explain exactly what I need tax. Picture this incredibly common scenario. You urgently need a comprehensive research brief, a structured video outline, and three strong hook options delivered by tomorrow morning. If you route that through a traditional VA, that's easily half day or active coordination, Slack messages, clarification links, and waiting around, or is it exactly 20 minutes of your time when paired with the right cloud scale? When you look closely at what drains solo creators and founders the most, it consistently boils down to three specific task categories: the research synthesis, which is digging through articles and putting out the core facts; the content structure, which is turning raw ideas into cohesive, engaging frameworks; and the inbox and project management, which is dealing with day to day administrative clutter. So here is the ultimate belief breaker you need to accept. Your core problem isn't that you magically need more humans hands on deck. The problem is that your current workflow has absolutely no memory, zero deep context, and no compounding logic baked into it. Every time you open a new AI chat window or assign a task to a person, you are starting entirely from scratch. So the permanent fix for this is a methodology I call Cloud Code Skills. So for Cloud Code Skills, instead of typing long prompts over and over again, you're basically creating a reusable, downloadable skill file that permanently holds your strict preferences, your unique creative voice, and your exact task logic. Now that we know exactly what is breaking down in the traditional model, let's look under the hood at what this automated workflow actually looks like and how it operates. So what are we actually building here? We are introducing a highly specific skill file or a dedicated prompt-based sequence that essentially acts as a persistent digital assistant brain right inside Claude. This single workflow is engineered to flawlessly handle three core functions. One is the deep research paired with source back claims. There's no more generic AI fluff. The next one is the content outlining, utilizing a highly effective structural framework called the content capsule technique. Then lastly is the hook and CTA generation, crafting high conversion openings and closing in seconds. To make this work consistently, we need to break down the architecture of the skill file into three distinct stack layers. First, we have the workflow layer. So for the workflow layer is what it controls and why it matters. So for the first workflow layer is the context layer. So this is where your specific niche, your unique brand voice, and your target audience is controlled. And this matters because it prevents the AI from sounding generic or off-brand. Next layer is the task layer. This is where the exact granular instructions of what the AI is being asked to do, and it dictates the strict boundaries and commands of the assignment. And the last layer is the output layer, the pristine formatting rules for your final ready-to-use deliverables, ensures the text is immediately usable without heavy editing. Now let me give you a concrete, real-world example of this architecture in action. Imagine you paste a raw, unorganized research request into Claude. Instead of getting a wall of generic text, the system processes it then through your three layers and hands you back a perfectly structured creative brief complete with verification citations, punchy talking points, and strategic internal linking suggestions. It does all of this in under 2 minutes flat. The absolute biggest advantage this workflow has over a human virtual assistant is memory. Unlike a human VA who might forget a style rule or require constant rebriefing on your brand guidelines, this dedicated skill file retains your precise operational preferences permanently because it never forgets. The output quality actually compounds and improves over time as you tweak the file. Now that I know what you might be thinking, but AI hallucinates and makes random stuff up, we eliminate that flaw entirely by using a source back unclaimed strategy built right into the prompt logic. This forces Claude to just create this step and then neutralizing to specifically ground every single output, statistic, or argument in verifiable information, completely neutralizing the hallucination problem. Knowing what this system does is great, but let's actually open up the editor and build it out step by step. So here's how to build it step by step. First, let's start with your persistent assistant brain from scratch. Follow these 5 sequential steps. First, you need to create your context layer. Establish the foundation rules, write out your exact niche, your specific target audience, and your standard content format, and the breakdown of your editorial voice inside a single clean block of text. For example, this text right here. Step 2. Define your task sequences. Next, you need to program the specific actions instead of giving vague prompts. Define your core needs, such as generating a research brief, a content outline, hook variations, or call to action options. This tells Claude exactly which playbook to run when you invoke a command. Step 3. Embed the content capsule technique. We enforce instructional excellence within the outlining phase. You must explicitly instruct the skill that whenever it executes an outline task, it is required to output 4 specific things in one single comprehensive pass: a killer hook, a rock-solid core argument, deeply supporting points backed by source claims, and a crystal clear CTA. Step 4. Install or save your skill file. Once your text blocks is fully built, it's time to deploy it. You can either walk through how to load this file directly into Claude Code, or you can keep it simple and save it as a reusable master system prompt block that you can paste at the beginning of your browser-based Claude chats. Then step 5, run a live test. To ensure everything is wired correctly, drop in a real raw content topic. Trigger your newly installed skill and watch the magic happen on screens. In seconds, you should see a perfectly tailored output generating a deep research brief, a structured outline, and 3 distinct hook options customized entirely to your personality. So, here is your implementation challenge. For this week, spend just 10 minutes writing out your personal context layer, just your exact niche, your specific audience, and your top 3 most repetitive task types. Drop that exact block into Claude before you start your next creative content. And from this, if you want to skip the trial and error, just grab the exact pre-formatted skill file template that I will personally use every day. If you like this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button because in the very next video, I'm going to reveal how to chain multiple advanced skills together so that Claude can automatically handle an entire week's worth of content production rather than just managing one isolated task at a time.